All right, guys, welcome back to another episode of Computer Applications. As you can tell from the title, we're going to be taking a look at the geography project that we do jointly, both in computer apps and in geography. As you take a look at this, you'll notice that you have the instructions document should be posted on Unified Classroom. You're also going to have the Themosphere template as well. The thing that you're going to want to do first in order to get started with this is go to File, make a copy, and name it something that you'll remember. My suggestion is you name it Part 1 and Part 2. As you can tell, based off of my screen, you're going to end up with 6 copies of these going Parts 3, 4, 5, 6, etc., etc. Right? You're going to want to make sure that you save them into a folder where you can find them. I've created a demo folder for this explicit purpose, and voila. So here is part 1 and 2 set up, ready to go in order to make this Themosphere project. Now, jumping back to the computer apps instructions here, you'll notice step 1 is the first template. You'll notice that this is a 12-sided shape and there are 13 steps, right? The last step being to color the tabs. So each of these steps, numbers 1 through 12, are a different side of your shape. Keep that in mind, a different side of your shape. Now, the way that this works, you notice I have a demonstration one set up, right? You've got parts 1 and 2. I did it on Israel. That way, hopefully, it doesn't match up with anything anybody else does. But the first step, you're just going to find a picture online of the nation of your province or states, throw it on there, and you're going to come up here, grab this text box tool, draw yourself a text box, and type in your text. Right? Quick and easy like that. You got your sizing handles. You can resize it. You can make it whatever you want. You can move it around. It's really easy to do. You'll notice I've got a text box for Israel and a picture of Israel. If you go back to the instructions, notice outlining your shape and identify it. Use an image in a text box. Done, right? Part 1 is done. Step 2, you're going to do something similar. I would suggest using the exact same picture. And just add another text box. You're going to identify the capital of said state or province with a star. So you have a text box, you have the image. The star is a new thing, right? So what you're going to come up here, you're going to come up to shape. You're going to come down. If you notice in the shapes, there isn't a star icon here, right? That's because inside Google, it's underneath the callout section. Underneath the callout section, you'll notice you have these 3 different star shapes. Most people pick the 5-pointed star. Just click and drag like you do with the text box. It'll put it in. You can resize it and move it around. You can change the color of it. We can make it blue to match my blue, right? And it's good to go. All right, as we take a look at these steps then, that was step 2, piece of cake. We're going to skip step 3 real quick and come back to it. Step 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12 are all using text boxes. If we look at my demonstration template, right, here's parts 11 and 12, right, climate subtropic, southern is arid, northern is temperate, population, landmass, landforms, again, just text boxes with underlines, right? You know how to use the underline tool, just click the button up above. Manufacturing, natural resources, and all of this is pretty easy, straightforward, just text boxes on top of the template. Make sure that you make a copy of that template. For temperature, you're just going to find a picture. There's a whole bunch of temperature graphs online for the various states and provinces that you can easily copy and paste in here. Again, 5 and 6, right? You've got the flag and bird, animal, tree, right? You're easy enough with that. Oops, this is a leftover from another demonstration, sorry. Again, another text box here for the relative location. So say what your province state is around. Where is it located? For example, Israel, located next to Jordan in the West Bank, north of Egypt, right? Egypt's down over here, south of Lebanon over here. Also has borders with Syria. So just give us a general idea of what's around it, what borders it, where can we find it. Okay, so now we have to take a look at this step 3, right? Color in the state or province with Google Drawings tools, group them together. So what do I mean by that? Well, if we take a look at this, right, you'll notice I actually have an image here that looks a little different. Why? Because it's a custom filled in image. If you go into the insert menu, you can actually do an image search for pictures on the web. For example, you could look up, right, a blank map of Israel, if you had Israel. Again, so it's an easy one to pull in for numbers 1 and 2, right? An easy way to get images and the like. But let's expand this a little bit, because you guys will be doing maps of the United States or Canada, as the case may be, depending on where your province or territory is at. Let's see what we got here. Let's use this one. Looks pretty similar. So we'll go ahead and pull that in. And Google will create the image. Now, here's what you're going to need to do. In order to make this look like this, you're going to need to make it bigger. My suggestion is actually that you don't do it on the template that you're using. Instead, you're going to want to go File, New, Drawing. So create a new blank Google drawing. This will make it easier for you to pull the images in. So again, we do the same thing, right? Blank map of Middle East. Got that. Pull it in again. And let's make it big. So you can see Israel's kind of a tiny province. And this will be something that you people who have tiny states and provinces like, Rhode Island, Hawaii, need to think about. All I'm doing is dragging the image up and making it as big as I possibly can. You still want to have it small enough that you can still see the whole province, but you need it big enough that you can draw on it without making a mistake. What do I mean by that? Well, if you come up here to the line tool and select the little drop-down arrow, you can use this tool called the polyline tool. The polyline tool is going to become your friend for completing this, but the polyline tool is a little bit special in how it works. So what it does is it forms a line wherever you click, right? So you can create a custom shape. But here's a problem. Let me finish the shape here to show you, right? So now I have this whatever custom shape that I just did. But if you click too close to the line, it will form that custom shape even if you're not ready, which is why you need to blow this up big. So here's Israel. If I go here and 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 here, and let's go over here, there, down, 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 and click, right? So now I have Israel. Once you've got your state, province outlined, I'm going to delete these real quick so they're not in our way. What you're going to do is grab the cursor back, click off of your shape, and click, hold, and drag a box, right? So just click off the shape, click, hold, drag a box, and then you're going to right-click and group. Once you've grouped these things together, you'll notice that my country there has now been grouped together with this demonstration piece. So now I have a map of the Middle East with this nation of Israel grouped together inside of it. My recommendation is that then you size this to be the window of the default Google Drawings template, and then go to File, and you can download it as a JPEG to your computer, right, which will be quick and easy. We'll just call it an untitled drawing. You'll jump here into your templates, right? So this is the actual template we want to use. Go Insert, Image, Upload from Computer. Here's our untitled drawing we just did. You'll notice that you'll have to be careful because like I did this one before, as a practice. Here's the final one, the untitled drawing. Now I have this picture file that I can drag around and move around in here, right? Perfect. When you're finished with all of these things, what you're going to need to do is you're going to have to print them so that you can make this project for Mr. Jers. When you print them, you're going to want to print them early, which means you're going to want to find me at some point so you can run cardstock through the color printer. It takes a little bit of time, so you're going to want to have this done ahead of time. Don't wait till the last minute, because if you wait till the last minute and you don't bring cardstock, I can't help you. But if you want to print this on cardstock using my printer, go ahead, get this done. Talk to me about a time when you can come in and turn it in. And we can work through printing it and getting all of that done. For computer applications, what you're going to need to do, however, is you're going to go File, Download as a PDF, right? You're going to make 6 PDF documents of your templates. You're going to upload those into Unified Classroom so that way it can be graded. That should be everything I believe you need in order to get started with this project. So you're going to want to go ahead and open up the Computer Apps Geography project and get started on your Themosphere.